Jodie, obviously feeling very disappointed. You came out and made a much better showing of it now. How are the girls doing?
Yeah, like we're pretty disappointed, to be honest. Leading the side, I suppose I'm pretty disappointed with everyone. I know we came here today, we really fought hard, but I don't think 126 was enough, 127. I think we were probably 20 runs short on that pitch, and we had a great start with the ball. We finally had a great start with the ball. We just couldn't keep it going there, and Lydia Greenway played a great innings.
You did change the bowling. You have had to change your opening partnership pretty much every game.
Yeah.
Is that, obviously today going for the slower bowlers, that was a deliberate tactic?
Yeah, I think generally Sarah Coit has opened up well for us or closed well for us. Thought she did a great job at opening, and Elise actually went quite well through the middle today, and I thought Holly was good at times, but we're just not good enough. Not good enough today. Lydia Greenway batted well. Natalie Siver at the end helped them get home, and it's just we've got to come home, I guess, in the last game and try and take some positives out of it and leading into the Australian series.
What do you think happened? Because they just, after Lords, they turned it around completely. What do you think happened to you guys?
I don't know. I suppose maybe it's just not, the execution we've done hasn't been up to standard. After that Lords match, we're pretty happy with our performance, but you've got to keep doing that every game throughout the series, and we haven't done that. I guess we've got to go away and have a bit of a hard look at ourselves and what we can improve on and what we've got to keep working on as a team, and I think a lot of it comes down to self-belief and having confidence in our ability. You
would have come here with lots of that confidence. How did you lose it so quickly?
I don't think we've lost it. I think it's just, we've had the break over this, the winter, I suppose, and come off our pre-season, which is sometimes difficult. That's not an excuse from my part, but I think we've just got to work hard. We've got to go back home now to our domestic season, really work hard in our states. And try and improve for the January series.
What do you think needs to change, I guess, ahead of that? Because if they're this fired up here, I imagine they'll come out pretty pumped up in Australia.
I don't think we've, got to do too much differently in terms of the players we've got. I think we've got the right players in the squad. We just need to have 15 players that all back themselves, have the confidence in their own games, because there's a lot of strength in our dressing room, and I really believe that.
Do you think the multi-format thing has worked well?
Yeah, it's been pretty exciting. I know that all the players have really enjoyed it. I think it's been great for the promotion of women's cricket as well, and I think that's evidenced by the number of crowd numbers we've had at all of our games. So hopefully we see that in Australia on the return Ashes, and I think that everyone's really enjoyed it.
Do you think the matches are in the right order? There's an argument for saying the Test match could be loved.
There's arguments for everything, isn't there, I suppose, but I've really enjoyed having the Test match first. I thought it was a great place to have it at Walmsley. Leading into the Australian summer, I suppose we're going to have it at the Wacker, and I think, that plays into both teams' hands. I think hopefully there'll be a result there, whether it's worth 6 points for the win or not. I think it's just a really exciting format, and we've just, as I said, got to go away now over our domestic summer, work hard on our games to come back and be competitive in that series.
The Ashes means a great deal in the men's game. Does it have the same feeling for the women's game?
Yeah, it's as I said, I'm pretty gutted, to be honest, to sit here and to have lost the Ashes. Particularly after the men lost, we saw it as our responsibility to work hard to bring it home, and now both Australian teams have gone home without the Ashes. So I suppose, as I said, all we can do is go away now and have a good hard look at ourselves as a team and what we can improve on, and I'm sure that you'll see a fighting team in the January series.
With player-wise, who sort of impressed you, or who do you think stood up, and vice versa?
Look, as I said, I know that the 15 girls we have here are the best squad that we've got. We've seen it happen in World Cups. They've performed before. I think, we've just been a little bit off our game. I've been really happy with Sarah Coit. I think consistently, time and time again, she gets the wickets for us. She did that today. Elise Perry will come back fighting harder than ever. She's a great player. She's been a great player for us. Players such as Jess Cameron and Meg Lanning probably just weren't quite there in this series. So, I assume that they'll go home and keep improving on their games, and you'll see bigger and better players in the next series.
In the World Cups, in the past, when your backs have been to the wall, you've been able to get the wickets when you've needed or the runs when you've needed. Was there anything different in the build-up, or was there a different mindset at all, do you think, with this series?
No, I don't think so. We had a really good 6-week pre-season. I think all players were the fittest they've been, even post-World Cup. So that was a really good sign leading into the tournament. I think the preparation we had with our skills training, there was nothing wrong with that, and we worked really hard coming into this. I think it's just, for us, probably that mental game. You've just got to keep being confident in your ability and your strengths, and we're probably just off that a little bit.
So now going up to Durham, how important is this game for you, I guess, in trying to regain some of that confidence and momentum?
Yeah, it's really important. I think for me personally and also as a team, it's really important for us to take some momentum back. As I said out there before, we'll be fighting hard for it. Everyone will be being positive. We've got one day to turn it around and take that back into our domestic summer. So I'm sure you'll see a fighting team in a couple of days' time.
And just with Elise, is this the toughest series that she's sort of had with her form?
I don't know. I suppose, that's sport, isn't it? You've got to be able to deal with the highs and the lows of sport, and sometimes you're going to be on song and, sometimes you're going to be off your game a little bit. And I suppose that's what our coaches said to us before. It's the difference between the good players and the great players, and the great players bring consistent good performances all the time. And I suppose that's what we've lacked a little bit in this tournament.
What do you think her, in particular, she'll learn from this series?
I think she's just such a talented athlete. I think she'll just take away from it. She just needs to be a little bit more consistent. Just like any other athlete, I think that just being off your confidence a little bit can affect your game, and but I'm sure she'll be back bigger and stronger than ever.
What do you think about playing before the men's game? What's your view on that?
Yeah, it's great. It's great fun. Unfortunately, we can't stay around today to watch. We're on the pretty much recovery and dinner, and then straight on the bus to Durham. But we really enjoy the concept. We really enjoy supporting the men's team, and it was great to see some of them out supporting both teams today.
And the crowd, do you feel that they're there watching you, or do you feel that you're a bit of a warm-up act for the men?
As I said before, I think for the International Women's Game, it's been great to see so many people at the games. I know in Chelmsford, I think there was over 3,000 people in the crowd, and for us that's a great result. We love seeing people in the crowd supporting women's cricket, and also it's great to see so many young girls out there who want to play this great game.
So how big do you think the crowds will be back home in Australia that will kind of come to the Ashes games?
Yeah, pretty good. It's good to see that some of the matches are double headers with the men's as well, and some of the grounds that we're playing on, such as the Wacker in Melbourne, I think it's Sydney and in Hobart, I think we'll see some good numbers out there, and hopefully it'll help keep promoting the game to the young boys and girls out there as well.